Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 32 of NFL Draft Analysis by Sideline Specialists. In this episode, we will be going over now Chargers receiver Ladd McConkey. He was taken in the second round. Chargers obviously had a need for a receiver after Mike Williams and Keenan Allen left, and we can even throw Austin Eckler in there as well. Obviously, that is a lot of high-profile departures for one team. They wanted to get somebody reliable for Justin Herbert. And Ladd McConkey's one big characteristic that everybody kind of liked about him already was he is quite reliable. So we're going to go ahead and read through his profile real quick. We got a 6', 186 receiver, 3-star recruit, athletically versatile. He's played 5 different positions. That was in high school. He's a nuanced receiver who has the athletic ability and football IQ to be a difference maker in the slot. His footwork and release variation give him the advantage against press or that press in the slot or on the outside. So that's awesome. He also has good enough long speed to remain a threat vertically. He's smaller, but that does not curb his willingness to be an impact blocker. Huge. Love guys who want to get physical. And we clearly can see that is definitely one of his traits on the left there. Competitive toughness is a 10. Obviously, his play strength and blocking itself is only a 5 because he is a very, very small individual for the NFL, especially receiver. Change of direction acceleration is a 9. Change of direction flexibility is a 9. Running after catch and contact is a 9. 8 hands, 8 release and footwork. 7 vert and long speed, and then 9 on route running. That is a lot of good. That is like a lot of good right there. Not much bad, to be honest. You wouldn't expect his vertical or long speed to be like world breaking because he's just not. He doesn't have the legs to have those long strides and everything. So he has NFL level quickness. That's excellent. Slot type of player, which makes perfect sense. Like I look at a guy like this. And immediately just my brain jumps here, and I don't necessarily want it to jump here, but I think of Wes Welker, I think of Julian Edelman, and then I think of like Chris Carter, but Carter was much bigger. But just somebody reliable over the middle, whose hands you can trust on any given down, and this guy absolutely fits that description. I like this, even under weaknesses, right? So releases have some false steps, but he is so quick and fast that it doesn't hurt his ability to be effective off the line. That's a negative with a positive kind of looped in there too, which is great. Let's go down here and look at some statistics. So this is very consistent. I will give him that. So obviously 2021 had a 79.1 grade, 2022 77.4, 2023 82.6. Most snaps came in 2022, and he also got his highest share of slot snaps that year, or highest amount. I'll say the highest share for any given season was obviously 2021. That was pretty much half of his entire set of snaps. Yards per catch, very solid in all 3 of these, 14.4, 13.1, and then 16.1 in 2023. Total of 14 touchdowns across his collegiate career as a receiver. I like what I see. These are solid numbers. Good, reception to target ratio. And yeah, let's go down to the stable metrics. 92 on yards per route run is solid. 0 complaints at all about that. I like that. Separation percent for single coverage, 78 is nothing to knock whatsoever, especially when you think that they're going to draft him to be a slot guy, right? So if his first change of direction or first break in his route is effective, then his separation will be effective. And Herbert is a good enough quarterback to hit him at the right time too. Open target percent, 82, that's I'm pretty sure that's above the average, so that's solid. Receiver grade versus zone, 89. Love that. And 85 versus single. So he's just consistent across the board. It's rare that you see one of these that does actually look almost uniform. So I like that. Let's see. Only 2 drops. Good. Let's see here. Made 9 guys miss. Love that. 7 screen catches. And he probably will actually get a bunch of these in the NFL as well. Let's go down. Yeah, let's look at actual route data. So, excuse me. On crossers, 4 targets, 3 catches, 55 yards and a touchdown. Perfect rating on that. Or near perfect. It might be 158.3. Hitch routes. 6 targets, 6 catches, 68 yards. Excellent. Out routes, 5 for 5 for 73. The post routes were definitely effective. He only had 2 receptions on posters, but 62 yards. Same with in routes. Only 2 catches, 85 yards. Beast. And then averaged 5 yards per catch on screens. So that's perfectly solid too. Okay, so he ran a 4.39. Had 13 bench presses, a 36-inch vertical. 10-foot 4-inch broad jump. Did not run the 3-cone. Pretty small hands. Yeah, those are some small hands. Pretty short arms, but he's not a super tall. You know what I mean? He's just not a big guy. He's compact, so I wouldn't worry about the ball security too much, and the hand size hasn't affected his ability to catch, so I don't really see that becoming an issue at all. Don't expect him to be an X jump ball receiver, but outside of that, it's hard to imagine him not succeeding in the NFL. His game is reminiscent of Eddie Royal. Maybe not as fast with long speed, but he has devastating quickness, is good in the return game, and a strong blocker for his size. I like that comparison. Eddie Royal had some very, very, very solid years. And I think, truth be told, the coaching that McConkey's going to, like that coaching staff he's going into and who's around already, they will absolutely help him be a successful NFL player. And it is now time for us to check out some highlights. So here we go. Make sure this volume is just on.
Opportunity to get to 84, but plenty of time to find him.
Hopefully this audio is coming through well enough. That was a good route. He found that gap deep to the outside. Nice. Nice. That was really, really, really good route. You had Bowers with the inside bait to pull that guy, and then McConkey goes just enough deeper that first guy's not a threat.
The left side, the slot, defensive back. Simpson jumps up, distracts the for Georgia. Up to the top of your screen. Carson Beck's looking that way. Throws that way. Completes it to Lank.
This is the first time I've seen a video that literally said all targets and carries, by the way. So I figured it would be fun to watch this because we will see targets where he did not make a catch. Juggled that. Bad throw. Still made the catch. Still gained some yards. I know it's 2nd and 15. You want more. That could have been a disaster of a play. Nice turn upfield. That's the quickness in that change of direction they were saying. He just turns upfield, gains the extra yards, gets that first down. And that goes into that toughness that that little page said as well, is that he's not going to shy away from the contact. If he needs to get the yards, he's just going to try and get the yards. He doesn't care if he gets hit, which is a beautiful thing. It's a very good. That's a very good run after the catch there. But that was it. That was it too. Right in the middle of that many defenders, and he's like, "Nah, come with me, guys. I will drag you." He runs routes that scare a lot of receivers, right? That he's in no man's land, right in the middle of just only defenders. So it's like you're going to gain minimal. Big hit, but he held on.
defense is all thinking, okay, they're running it. Bowers was well covered. Vanderbilt is well aware.
Good tackle by that guy.
19, so the third down moneymaker in the
Clean in space.
Play clock was down to 1. Here comes the
And McConkey held onto the ball.
pass underneath to McConkey.
Cuts upfield, straight at the defender. Gets an extra yard. I know it was 3rd and 8, so he went for it.
Second down off the play fake. Beck has plenty of time. He throws it to his left. McConkey tried to adjust. He couldn't.
Not known for his coverage. They tried to do a back shoulder throw. And you won't see that very often. Lad McConkey dropping early.
He probably should have had that one. There's a lot of contact pre-ball arrival. But I think McConkey would sit there and tell you I should have had that one.
In motion. Beck, look out from behind. Got the pass away. Threw a strike. Lad McConkey.
Nice acceleration. Holy smokes. See you later. He is out of there.
All of a sudden, that's the guy that got him leading. He's 5 yards outside. Can't make the play. Easy.
Stops on a dime. Fully turns the other way.
You know, only got to beat a linebacker with a brace on.
Puts the burners on.
Beck, quick out to McConkey. Through some traffic and out to about the 49. The emotion will settle in.
God, that Florida D lineman is fucking huge.
Beck looking that way.
Jesus.
Back, airing it out for McConkey.
Oof.
Just overshot it. 6-7 lead with a 3rd down and 6 upcoming. Carson Beck throws. Lad McConkey.
We could even note that
He's got more.
that end zone route. Literally, he had his defender beat. The throw just was a bit too far, but he did his job. He won his route. Cuts upfield, dives for the extra yard. Very nice.
Trick bunch to the left to Beck. Throws across his body, and he got it to McConkey again. Lad McConkey.
Oh, cuts in. Down to the 22? From the 23 to the 22, just about. Like a 49 or 50 yard pass. This move right, the decision to go back to the left gained an extra, 15, 20 yards? Right here, yep. Beautifully done. Kept his feet quick, so he didn't lose that much speed, and then the defender could not match that. Nice catch. I think this guy's going to fit really, really well in LA. I really do. I'm going to actually check something on another screen. I want to see... I need to see the heights of their other receivers. Okay, so Joshua Palmer is 6'1", Quentin Johnson is 6'3", and then Lad McConkey slots in at 6 feet. They also drafted Brendan Rice, which I thought was a very intelligent later in the draft kind of move. They signed DJ Chark, so they actually have a good mix of size, speed, and everything. In the slot backing up Lad McConkey is going to be Darius Davis, who's 5'8". So they have some versatility. I like this. Yeah, I'll probably do a video on Brendan Rice for you Chargers fans. I think his talent level is extremely high, and it would be cool to do both of the Chargers' new receivers. So look forward to that.
His back ain't hurting him at all. He was a factor last week and has been a big play. 2nd down.
Beck
loads up, fires downfield, jumps up, makes a catch. Fundamental catching, right? And we've seen that in a lot of these clips. Goes up, both hands, secures that ball, brings it to his body then. These are the kind of catches coaches want you to make. They're more certain. And if you can make these catches, you're set. Genuinely. This was a great game, too, this year. This Mizzou Georgia game. Fantastic game to watch. This was a good game, too, if I recall. I want to see this angle here, because I think he's going to wish he got this. Nah. That was very good coverage. It was almost PI, but not, because he didn't really shove he didn't shove McConkey. But there you go. He finds his way back to the end zone on a route, and this time the ball is in his hands.
You have on the right side to
I love this camera angle.
Watch how the safeties are impacted by 19. Watch how they go to the middle. They want to take him away.
So you look at his hip rotation, right? He's turning his hips a little while moving to keep the defenders off balance about where he's actually going to make a move to. Cuts to the inside of the defender. That ball shows up at just the right time because he knew he was going to get smacked. The safety was coming across. Yeah, and like the announcer just said right there, he looked off the safety long enough to be open for that.
So good after the catch. That time the Rebels surround him and he actually loses a yard.
See the movement here and the movement here from Bowers takes the linebacker and just clears him out. He's gone. Super easy.
Nice play design.
And again, Bowers just his presence.
2 games.
Nice play design.
42nd catch. Off the play fake, back, launching downfield to McConkey, who comes back and grabs it. McConkey jitterbugs down to the 2-yard.
Deontay Prince.
Hold on.
Land, little stutter.
We're going back to the beginning of this play.
Off the play fake, back, launching downfield to McConkey.
Great recovery, great reading, great job tracking, right? There's a lot of receivers that can't track a ball to save their life. In college, in the NFL, that you have to have that skill to some degree. That was excellent because that ball was like egregiously underthrown. If that ball is actually just thrown to the end zone, he will catch that with zero troubles from any of the defenders at all. Comes back, gets it, goes, oh shit, there's 4 Ole Miss Rebels here. I need to try and make something happen. Gets all the way down to what looked to be the 2-yard line. Very impressive.
That's pretty darn good.
Ooh, double end around. He's going full speed. Comes to a stop. Still gets the first down.
Xavier Harris right there. Or did he grab the face mask? Kind of grabbed below it. The flag came out.
There's no foul
Now
for
pick
a
it
face
up.
mask. Both plays a first down.
Appeared Xavier Harris. Flag came motioning people
Ah, against Bama in the SEC championship game. Here we go.
Throws it on the run and throws a dart to loss of 3 for Bowers. 2nd down and 13 back at the 10. Carson back near his own goal line. Look out. Now in his own
Oh boy.
zone. He's got to get rid of
Throws it out of there.
It is caught by McConkey.
Lad McConkey just came back from Uganda to catch this thing.
It is caught by McConkey.
Holy shit.
You can always tell by the other team's bench when they start.
Yeah, it was a bouncer, but he literally came back so far to try and get... I love the effort, man. His motor is just constant.
From Athens made the tackle.
And one guy's hurt catching the ball, the other guy's hurt blocking for the guy.
Oh,
who's
big
hurt.
block by
And he
Bowers.
got
That's great.
spilled
My
out.
voice just cracked. 30, by the way.
Play fake to Edwards. Down the middle and into some traffic.
That Brock Bowers is not 100%.
Out.
Might
Yeah.
be better for this Georgia
Terrion
team.
Arnold was a damn good CB. Holy cow. That coverage was elite. Sorry, I got to give him his flowers on that. That coverage was insane.
McConkey at the 1.
Down to the 1. Took a knee to the forehead, too, as he went down there. That's unfortunate. All right. Okay. There we are. That was his 2023 season. We'll go back to his mug over here. I like what I see. I think as a slot weapon, this guy is super versatile. He has an arsenal of routes that he runs, and he runs them well. He has a lot of moves in his bag for once he has the ball and he needs to make a defender miss. And then if he can't make a miss, he is not shy about just putting his shoulder down and trying to fight for that yardage. He has the grit. He has the IQ and the intelligence. He plays smart football. His hands are reliable. He'll go to war for you. This is exactly what Herbert needed. It is. It's exactly what Herbert needed. I think it rounds out the receiving corps fairly okay. I know it's like, yeah, you lost Mike Williams and Keenan Allen, but let's be brutally honest here, right? Mike Williams and Keenan Allen have missed a lot of games these last 3-4 years. I mean, it just, if one's hurt, like, you know what I mean? Like, one's hurt at a time, both are hurt at a time. There's always injuries. Hit the reset button. Move on. I don't dislike Josh Palmer. Quentin Johnston, I will freely admit I have not seen a lot. I do want to look up. I will say, you know what? Let's take like a couple minutes here and actually just look up the receiving stats for these gentlemen on the Chargers and just get a better idea of what their season could look like. Apologies for sniffling so much. It was raining out today, so allergies are just like murdering my soul. Okay, so Quentin Johnston had 67 targets, 38 catches for 431, 11 yards per catch, 2 touchdowns. Let's go ahead and look up Josh Palmer. Okay, Josh Palmer, 61 targets for 38 catches, 581 yards, 15.3 yards per catch. Don't hate it. I think it's gonna feel a little weird for probably like not even like 2 weeks, because they got to figure out what like routes and plays and everything actually work for this offense, because it is going to look and feel so different. Obviously you have J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards, the former Ravens backfield, in there now instead of Eckler. And Eckler would get hurt a lot too. So I think it literally, and Dobbins has been injured, to be fair. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be some adjusting. If you're a Chargers fan, you're probably gonna be like, I had all these jerseys. Who should I get? I would get Lad McConkey in a heartbeat. Obviously, you probably have Herbis already, so you're chilling. And the defensive stars on the Chargers are obviously. But I'd say be excited. I think it was a good place to hit a reset button and start moving in this direction. You have the QB of your future. Just give him some weapons. Lad McConkey's a stud. So, if you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like and potentially subscribing to see future videos. If you do subscribe, you'll be notified of when we go live with our podcasts. Our schedule isn't super set because I work as a waiter and my schedule fluctuates quite a bit. But we try to go live at least once a week. This week it won't really be once a week because Alex, the other half of Sideline Specialists, is in California right now, visiting a friend. But if you'd like to listen to old episodes, please visit Spotify, Google, or Apple Podcasts, and you can find all that stuff there under Sideline Specialists. Thank you very much. We'll see you again very soon.